is recording.
Do I just start like?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So basically, my parents are missionaries. So they I did missions work, all for like years and years and years. I was the last child of 4 boys. But when I was born, we lived for like couple months to a year, in North Carolina, and then we ended up moving to Africa for 4 years. So obviously I don't remember like the first like year and a half of living there, but the last like 2 to 3 years I do remember. And basically because it's in Africa, we lived in Cameroon, which is West Africa. Malaria is like a very common thing in Africa. Roughly about like 1 million people die to malaria every year. And the vaccine, or the cure, I guess, and the medicine for it is like readily available, but sometimes you can't get it fast enough, or it might not, you might not have instant access to it. So me and my brothers all got malaria, but I ended up having it 3 times. First time, don't remember. My parents just told me that I had it. Didn't really know that. But the second and third time, I like distinctly remember being like very, very sick. Had like pain all over my body. Kind of like really bad flu-ish. Sometimes you can get like rashes and stuff, but I don't remember if I ever had that. But basically you get it from like mosquitoes, and we would have to sleep with like mosquito nets and stuff, which wasn't fun. But basically those like 2 times that I do remember having it, I remember I couldn't go outside, couldn't really do anything physical activity. I wasn't hungry at all, so I wasn't eating a lot either. But I just remember being in like constant pain. So I had it it lasted about, it depends. The first time that I remember having it, it lasted about like a week and a half. Second time, I think it was like 2 weeks of before I got like actually fully recovered. But I ended up getting the medicine for it after like a couple of days, but still it takes time to get over it. But aside from that, it was just like looking back, it sucked, but it was just something that kind of everyone it happened to them one time at least in their life, just because it was the society there, just pestilence was kind of big, disease just big, but yeah, and now it's kind of forever in my blood. It's dormant technically, but I can give blood, but it's still there technically, but it won't affect anything.
Interesting. I didn't know that it had that effect afterwards.
Yeah.
Cool.
Any questions?
Do you have a couple or one quote about your time as a missionary? How would you describe it?
I guess one quote would be, I guess I always remember being the people that we were around, right? We were very much in their community, their society, and everything. And as a young missionary kid, you're in it and you don't really feel like you're different, but you are, because all the other kids are black, that's just how it is. And we were in a community of some missionaries as well, but just knowing that my parents would always come home every day, and they were always translating the gospel, doing all this stuff, but I had no idea as a young kid really what they were doing. I was just hanging out with all the kids, but looking back, I understand now kind of what they were doing and how much of an impact it had, but then also how carefree of a life I had, without any really thought about race, anything like that. I was just hanging out with kids that were trying to have fun just like I was, but yeah.
Do you think that has had an impact on your life now?
Definitely. I think it helps me be very much more open to different cultures and societies and stuff, because I know that I've been in them, and I still remember I still remember different parts of it, different aspects of their culture and society that I understand is important, and understanding that helps also because you never know when you're going to encounter a different culture or a different type of aspect of culture or society, and being able to handle it, deal with it, or understand it helps a lot.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Do you have anything else you'd like to add, or?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
That helps a